Well, hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a fun video. Where's my face? Where am I? Okay, I'm just making a big turn. There we go. Hey! So yeah, as you can see by this stupid thing strapped around my chin, that the pandemic is still a thing. This is February 2021. So we're still, I think we're over the hump though, I think we're over the hump. The cases in COVID is going way down. But anyway, the reason I wanted to do a little video just talking about my love of food and cooking. Now, a lot of people have said to me over the years, you know what, Chris, if you like cooking so much, why don't you do that as a career? And here's my answer to that, because I've tried that before and it didn't really work out for me. And the reason it didn't work out was because when you work in a whether it's corporate or mom and pop restaurant, you sort of are sitting there making the same dish every single night. It's the same dish over and over and over again. And to me, that's just not fun. I'm a home cook. I'll always be a home cook. I may develop into a very, very good home cook one day. But that doesn't mean that I should go and do that, because it's almost like, once it's your job, then it becomes not being fun anymore, because you have to do it. And you're, expected to make not what you want to make. You make the company's recipe. You make the company's dish, and you just keep making that over and over and over again. That's just not me. I have a passion. It's just fun. And I really, while I was a cook, it was very challenging. I worked at I guess you could maybe call it a formal fine dining restaurant up in Williamsburg one time for maybe a couple of weeks. And although we were cooking very high-end, high-quality foods, because it was now a job, the fun wasn't there anymore, the fun factor. It felt like more of an obligation and a commitment, and it just wasn't something I was doing out of the love of my heart, Now, there are other things in life that, hey, if you really love doing them in your spare time, why not get a job doing it? Makes perfect sense. But just for me, with cooking, that's just the way I look at it, I enjoy being in my own little space, my own little kitchen. Of course, who doesn't like a big kitchen, which I wish we had, but it is what it is. But I don't want to go on rambling here much longer, although this has pretty much been a 100% pure rambling video. I just wanted to tell you all there are certain foods that I have never said, oh, okay, that's too much, or I've had enough of that, or I'm sick of that. There are certain foods that I can say that about today. Number one, garlic. Got this, I don't know if you can read this or if this is a backward image, but this is Newman's Own roasted garlic. We saw this in a video recently, and they were reviewing supermarket tomato sauce, marinara sauce, whatever. And the reviewer said that this was overpoweringly garlic, like way too much garlic. First thing I said, well, I got to go out and get me a jar of that. This is supposed to be super kicked in garlic. There's no sugar added, which is good. I like that. Just very pure, basic ingredients. Tomato puree, diced tomato and tomato juice. Roasted garlic is the number 3 ingredient. Extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, onions, garlic, again, citric acid, black pepper, parsley, basil, fennel seed. And that's it. I think the only preservative in here is probably that citric acid. But then even the preservative, once you pop that lid open, your shelf life has begun, which is only about a week or so. But this, as long as you don't open it, this stuff right here is good for like almost 2 years. But we've never tried Newman's Own roasted garlic. We're going to try that today. I'm very excited about that. So that's one thing. I've never said, whoa, buddy, this dish has too much garlic. Or, hey, what are you doing? You're putting too much garlic in there. I've never said that because I love garlic so much. I've also never said I have had just about my fill of soft-shell crabs. I love soft-shell crabs. I can't get enough of them, literally. Cottage cheese might be another one. Fresh buffalo mozzarella, or as the Italians say, mozzarella. I love that stuff. I could just eat a dangerous amount. I'm that way with a lot of cheeses, actually. I love anchovies, and I love pineapples on my pizza. I know. It's not my go-to. It would be, me just feeling wacky one day. But I've tried pineapples on my pizza, and I do enjoy it. Adds a little sweetness to it that probably shouldn't be there, but I like it. Anyway, so basically, to make a long story long, I just wanted to say I love cooking. I love cooking, and as long as I don't ever have to do it for a living, I will always love cooking. Like if you're a chef and you do that for a living, ask anybody who's married to a chef or whatever, a woman, a wife who's married to a chef is probably thinking, hey, man, if I marry a chef, we're going to have home-cooked gourmet meals every night. Well, guess what? The last thing that chef feels like doing when they get home. Guess what they've been doing all day? They want something quick and easy. If they don't stop at, In-N-Out Burger, they will, grab a TV dinner or whatever's something where they can just relax and sit down and say, hey, I'm off the clock. And I don't want to ever be that guy. I want to be the guy that so looks forward to coming home and starting that prep work, starting the peeling and the slicing and the dicing and, the blanching and the boiling and the sauteing. I love it. And as long as I don't ever have to do it for a living, I will continue to love it. It's fantastic. So that's just a little snippet, a little rant I felt like going on talking about food. I absolutely love cooking, and I just am super appreciative of the fact, like with jazz music, not everybody likes jazz because not everybody was exposed to it at a very young age or as much of it as I was. I was exposed to it at a very young age, and I was exposed to a lot of it. So because of that, I have a true appreciation for it. I understand it, I can get into it, and just truly appreciate it. Now, I'm the same way with food. That's something I didn't learn how to cook until after I got married. And my wife sort of encouraged me to learn to cook, but once I sort of dipped my toe in the pool, the rest was all on me. I then continued to encourage myself after that. I was like, this is fantastic. I want to learn more. Yesterday, I took on my most challenging baking project ever. I made sfiadelles. It's an Italian pastry. It's like a puff pastry that's made up of many layers of dough, and it's super flaky and crunchy. You sprinkle it with powdered sugar, and inside is an amazing ricotta cream-like filling. Now, it was my first time making it, and it didn't come out perfect. The filling is what needed to work, and I thought that the shell was going to be the most difficult part of it, but actually I kind of got that down and was very satisfied with the results of the shell. I probably could have cooked it for maybe 2 minutes less, but it didn't really burn. The outer shell was great. It was crispy, crunchy, flaky, delicious. And but the filling, and the only reason I screwed that up is because every recipe, I should have just looked on the internet. Instead, I went right to YouTube, and I got my recipes there. And every recipe for sfiadelle on YouTube was in Italian or Spanish. So I couldn't understand what they were saying. The interpretations weren't good. The measurements were all in milliliters and grams, and the conversion was just tricky, and my results didn't end up like their results. So I found a new recipe. I'm going to try this one next, see how it comes out. I'm going to tweak it a little bit, add a little bit of my own touch, like what worked for me in the first recipe. I'll incorporate into this new recipe. And when it's all said and done, I want to have this sfiadelle mastered. And we use it for holiday parties or whatever. And it's going to be fantastic. So, okay, 10 minutes. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell right next to the subscribe. Hit the little bell. That'll turn on notifications, which all that means is they're going to shoot you an email whenever I upload a new video. And you're not going to be flooded with emails because I only post a video maybe once every couple of weeks. So if you want to see what I'm up to, what's new in my life, like, comment, subscribe, and click that little notification bell so you can get updated when I post a new video. So to all you home cooks out there, keep doing what you're doing. I hope you're still loving it, and try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. Find the most difficult recipe that you've always wanted to try and just tackle it. And I'll tell you, if it doesn't come out right the first time, you do it again and again, and eventually you're going to be a master of making that incredibly difficult dish, and it's going to be worth it. You know, I spend hours sometimes doing prep work and cooking, preparing a dish that we consume in 15 to 20 minutes. It's gone. It's done. But it's just worth it for me. I love it. It's one of my passions. That and hunting and fishing and trapping, cooking. I like broadcasting, podcasting, making video blogs, making audio blogs. So it kind of defines who I am. I love it. It's what I want to be remembered by. I got to start making some more interesting videos though, because I'm going to have a collection of hundreds of archived videos on YouTube that are just boring as crap. And this is probably one of them. But thanks for watching anyway. All right, y'all have a great day.